Okay, Saturn in the sign of Gemini. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. These are like the master communicators, teachers, educators. And did I say master? Yes, master. Because guys, once you get to that point where you've mastered yourself, okay, you've overcome your fears associated with speaking out, communicating, talking, teaching, and you realize your capabilities. Oh yeah, yes, you definitely have the potential. All right, listen, information. Now, this is the thing, because see, for a lot of you guys, you can feel like, when it comes to information can be rather tricky. It's different variations of it. You may not like to just go with everything that comes your way. You may want to do some investigative research, like heavy, deep research. And I know we're not talking about anything dealing with Scorpio here, but it doesn't matter. We're talking about Saturn. Okay. And so because you don't take things at face value, and because you want to do your proper research, this will make you will be an excellent journalist, or someone that like blogs, having your whole blogging company. And this is the thing, yes, because we're talking about Saturn here. So with Saturn, there comes delays and obstacles to communicating. Like when you were younger, it could have been literally situations to where you just being heard, getting your voice out there, even getting information that you need or need to come across. It could have been obstacles to that, like readily available. It could have been obstacles to that. Maybe it was things in a way that cause you to not be able to think for yourself when you really wanted to. Okay. That when you wanted to be heard, maybe other people like your siblings, they were quicker to speak out. They were quicker to make their voice be known. I'm talking like this could have been something as small, guys, as, okay, well, what do we want to have for dinner tonight? And you may have even said what you wanted, but Johnny over here gets what he wants because you're supposed to be the mature one, right? Like little stuff like this happens, guys, when it comes to these energies. And little things like that can shut people down to where they feel like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't say this, or maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe it's not worth my time. People are not going to hear me anyways. Okay, so keep that in mind, because Saturn and Gemini could be really restricted and feel limited on how much they can project what they have to other people, to others, like to help them. So to help them to get information out there. So you see a lot of these people with so much knowledge, a lot of times, that they stacked up and they stored years after years after years, and they keep alive into themselves. And you won't really know unless you talk to them, especially depending on what the sun sign is. You know what I'm saying? You won't really know unless you talk to them. And when you talk to them, it's like you realize, oh my gosh, like they know how to do everything. They know what application to go fill out. If I'm trying to get a job over here, they know what the right ingredients to put inside of this cake to make it soft and the icing creamy. It's like they know everything. They know not everything, because no one knows everything, but they know quite a bit about life and about information and just about things in general. But people might even tell you because of that, because they realize it's in you. Well, then, like, have you ever thought about helping other people? Have you ever thought about teaching other people this and that? And you're just like, nah, why? Because why waste my time? Most people, they just do what they want anyways. But this is where you limit yourself. This is where you stop yourself, because no, there's so much that you can do. And if you have displacement, you realize that over time, everything you've accumulated actually puts you in a position to where others have no choice but to respect you for what you know and how you present it. Now, this could be someone that speaks rather stern as well, and like a harsh disciplinary. Okay? And you have to be careful, because you don't want to take advantage of people because you know more than what they know. And you know that you know. Okay? And Saturn and Gemini individuals can be very secretive as well. Very, very secretive, especially about the information. But I tell you this, it goes back to this whole overtime thing. Overtime, like for instance, this person may get so much training and so much information, so even education, so many certificates and things of that nature, and then they work their way up. One day, they could be a school teacher, and then like years later, they are like a dean or the principal or something like that. Like I even said this with another placement that's kind of similar, because you got Saturn there, and you looking at over time. But and because I'm talking about anything or anything or any outlet, any channel ways of communication, like a radio station or something like this, or like a DJ or a speaker over something big, like not just one, like over a whole organization or something, not just something small, but you get it over time. You get what I'm saying? And it's all about the way that people see you. So yes, even if early on there's things that made you feel like, okay, you know what, I might need to shut my mouth, or some people could have literally had trouble with speaking and communicating. Over time, you perfect your craft. You work in those areas. You build yourself up. You strengthen it. And then it finally gets you to the position to where, you're able to articulate things so well and over so well that people have no choice but to listen to you. You'll be the source to where they come to. Now, understand this. Understand this, if you with this placement and you're under the age of 35, 32, 35. Understand that this is something that you have to develop and work at. Okay? Not something that's going to come right to you. So, do your learning, and learn about whatever you want to learn about. Get that information. Start somewhere small. Okay? To where you get to practice. And then turn it into something real. And another thing, like over time especially, you get what I'm saying? Like even if you had a channel and you're talking on it, just remember what your intention is. What is your point? Remember your end game is, okay, well, you know what? Through this source, I hope to build gradually and continuously. It doesn't have to just be a channel, but I'm just saying anything that you're working on, anything that you research. Hopefully I build gradually, continuously, and then this is what I want to get to. I want to be a guru. I want to be someone who knows about healthy dieting and give that information because I lived it, because I know it. Now, you can take information that others also have, okay, or that you get from other places, and you can materialize so much with it, where it could be easier for you over time. Remember, where other people may not know how to do that, and it's only because you have learned a lot of lessons in areas to where you could have tried something at one point in time and it didn't work out in just the way you wanted, and you tweak things here, you tweak things there, and then you finally got the right ingredient, formulate the right plan that works for you. Now, just understand that until a certain point, though, there could be obstacles, setbacks, limitations in these areas. And for a lot of you guys, it could, when you were younger especially, it could have had a lot to do with siblings of yours and the way you think. A lot of people with Saturn and Gemini just don't, they have to use their thoughts in practical ways. It's not that they can't come out with good ideas, because you can come out with good ideas and everything. As a matter of fact, you can help people that are good with imagination. They are good, they have something to talk about. They have something to teach others. You can help them structureize themselves and formalize a plan in the way that they go out and they carry that out, or they take that out, or they, how they project it out into the world. So you could be someone that teaches them, like, listen, no, you can't just say everything. You got to do your proper research. You got to understand what it is that you're saying and speaking about, and what you're thinking, because for you, it has to make sense for you. And this is the thing. See, I don't want to tell you that you have to make a choice about this or that and what it is that you want to do earlier on, but at least attempt something. You get what I'm saying? Because the choices that you have on the table helps you develop yourself and helps you experience the necessary experiences that you need to have in order to get to your end game. Okay. But this is the thing, because your obstacles could come as so many different choices or a few different choices that you have to go down. They both make sense. What do you want to do? And this can be people as well. Okay. And not really knowing what to work towards, and just feeling like, okay, I'm not going to do anything. Can also be a problem. But also being involved with individuals that don't know what choice to make neither. Should they go with you? Should they go with someone else? It's often seen through this. But overall, Saturn and Gemini people are good at, or in their end game, or they end up, and they could be good at this eventually. It's highly successful in sales, marketing, business negotiating and deals, teaching. You learn so much. You can teach others. And I'm talking about in a high order of things. You've been given a high authoritative position to do so. Okay. Run your own school. And don't tell me what's not possible in this day and age, mind you. And just be the king source of information. Now, another placement that may top you in this fairly early on and may not have any difficulties in these areas, period, could be Mercury in the sign of Gemini. All right. Because Mercury rules Gemini. But Saturn in Gemini gives another twist, because it gives someone that's just not putting everything out there. It gives someone that is learned, that is accomplished, that is valuable in any company, any school or program, to where they need information and that information source. The only thing is in your thought process. These companies need your thought process on how to do business, how to negotiate. But the only thing I feel like where these people struggle, where you struggle, is because earlier on, when you feel like you're not getting these positions, or you feel like there's obstacles leading to it and in your way, you don't really know if what you're saying, you're not really confident in what you're saying, and you know what you learned, then that's where the troubles can come in, because you can trick yourself or tell yourself or how many reasons why you won't or you shouldn't. Okay. But Saturn here has you gradually work on these things until you cannot really deny it anymore. Okay. So don't be fooled. Allow yourself to experience what you need to experience. Understand that your obstacles are only in the way temporarily. And if you feel like you have shortcomings in these areas, what you do is you perfect your craft when you're dealing with Saturn placements. Okay. All right. So speak as much as you can. Speak out and learn your information, learn material. You might even be made to be responsible over your siblings quite a bit too. Okay. Because your parents could see you as a mature one for some reason. So, just understand what your obligations are. the karma associated with that. Just understand that and become aware of it, and let it be something that's a strength of yours. Look at it in a good way. Like, okay, you know what? It's not that I can't speak on this or say that. It's not that they don't want to hear me necessarily. It's the fact that I'm telling myself that they don't, because of the direction I'm putting my energy towards, the people who I'm talking to. It's just like me when I get on here and I do stuff about astrology and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of people in my immediate surroundings that don't want to hear nothing about it and don't believe whatever. But people like you want to hear what I have to say. So it's about finding where you are valued at and going in that direction and being that with confidence and authority. All right, so this has been Saturn in the sign of Gemini. I'm Butterfly to Light, and I shall return.